Hey everyone, today I'm coming to you from Port Melbourne and on my walk here, which I don't know about you, but that's where I do a lot of my best thinking. And today I've been thinking about a big part of my IP, which is setting up a 10-year journey. Why do I do that? Well, Tony Robbins says, and I think he got this from Bill Gates, that everybody underestimates what they can do in 10 years, 5 years, longer time frames, and overestimates what they can do in one. So how does that actually play out? Well, temporal discounting's got a lot to do with it. We're wired to live in the short term and to reward short-term success. Obviously, from a biological reason, kill and eat is pretty big back in the day, and long before we had plentiful food supplies, so that really served us. Doesn't serve us so well now. So if I think about starting with the end in mind in a business environment, what can 10 years look like? And a lot of people would say to me, well, I'll be out in 10 years, I'll have transferred, the kids will be running the show, whatever it looks like. But I think that might be true. But the thing I love about a 10-year horizon is it acts like a compass. It gets us out of the reactive short-term work that can really dominate our day-to-day and gets us to think a bigger game. And when I think a bigger game, you know, for many of us running businesses, there's no bigger game than the exit. So having a 10-year horizon that could potentially set us up to exit, I think is really useful. Even if you don't sell the business, even if you don't have a succession strategy and hand on the business to the next generation or to employees, what it can do though is set up some really great fundamentals in business ownership and business operations. We can systematize more because we know that key person risk devalues a business and affects the ultimate value of it and how much we get for it. So we can tend to systematize more. We can tend to build capability in our people much more deliberately and bring our emergent leaders through into an org structure that will work better without us. And ultimately, thinking about how we maximise the value of the business in a sale can help us to put in those structures that give us more freedom. So a 10-year horizon, if we're looking to sell or not sell, having a mindset that we will maximise the value of our business and we will sell can be really useful in creating a business that really serves us. So here's my challenge to you. Are you driving in the bonnet? Maybe you have 1 year plans, maybe 2026 is your year, and you've got a whole lot of goals you want to execute in this year. My challenge to you is what would 10 years look like? If you were to create the business that would be highly valued by the market and really saleable. And we know the things that helps that. They are systematisation, reducing key person risk, building capability in our people, and creating great teams. As we develop innovation to stay ahead of the market in our product mix, and all of those things that are going to give us longevity. So my challenge to you is this. If you were setting up your business to sell in 5 or 10 years' time, what would you be doing today to maximise that opportunity? What margin? How would you get another 3% margin out of your business? Who would you need to bring into your business to maximise its impact? Who would you need to mentor heavily in your emergent leader group to be able to get them up to a stage where maybe in 10 years' time they can run the business? All of these things create short-term behaviours that serve long-term needs. So here's the thing. If you're not going to do it today, when are you going to do it? Today you will be busy. Today you'll have emails. Today you will have interruptions. Today you will have things come over your desk you didn't expect. But at some point you have to put time in your diary to work on this big rock. If you can find 90 minutes a week, I think you will have time to really get the ball start rolling and And if you can create space to think differently that's not in the day-to-day, that's the space where you'll get the answers.